hope you all had a nice Christmas. Welcome back to another maintenance video. So in this video today I'm going to be doing the rear differential oil. I'm going to be changing that. It's a follow on from my previous video where I did the gearbox oil. If you haven't seen that, you might want to check that one out. I'm just about to start the van and she's been struggling to start in the cold weather. That's another issue I'm going to be looking at in the future videos. So let's see if she starts. Bit of gas. Nah. It doesn't seem to be turning over quick enough. The battery's on its way out. Fortunately, I've got another battery under the bonnet. So I'm gonna jump off my other battery, see if we can get the starter to spin over a bit quicker. Here, as you can see, I've got a spare battery here. Well, it's a leisure battery really. And then I'm just gonna jump off of that. Hopefully get that starter spinning a bit quicker. Okay, I've connected the other battery up now, so I'm just gonna jump it straight away. I mean, the weather's not really ideal for doing this today, but I'm going to crack on with it anyway. It's a bit drizzly out there. So here I have a new gasket for the rear diff. It also came with a pinion seal as well. So here we are underneath, looking at the rear diff. I've got this nice little tripod now for recording under the van. It just fits under here nicely. It makes it a bit easier, so hopefully you can see a bit clearer. So on the diff here we got the fill plug. I'm just soaking that with WD-40. I've soaked it overnight last week, the week before. Every time I've been under here I've just given it a bit of a soak, so hopefully that should come out nicely. You want to make sure that the fill plug comes out before you start draining the oil out of the back, because you don't want to drain the oil out and then not be able to fill it back up. The plug in here's got this square cut out. It looks like a 1/2 inch drive to me. The 1/2 inch extension bar wouldn't fit in there, so I've got a 3/8 extension bar here and it fits in there. It's a little bit loose though, but it should be alright to loosen it off, but the trouble is I can't get the leverage on it, so I'm gonna go get a breaker bar maybe, and that might be enough for me to just get it loose. Yeah, there we go, it's loosened it off. And get this unplugged. There we go. Just gonna put that back in loosely for now, and I'll probably clean off around here because I don't want any bits going through the fill hole and buggering up my diff. You'll be able to tell if your pinion seal is gone as well, because you'll have oil all around here and underneath the diff coming from where the prop shaft connects to the diff. It's got the pinion seal in here, so if you've got a leak here you're going to want to replace that as well. I don't have a leak on mine fortunately, so I don't have to replace it. So in order to drain the oil out of this diff, you have to take the rear cover off. I'm going to spray up all of these bolts on the back and let them soak as well, because I don't want any of those shearing off. And you're going to want to replace the gasket as well. The 6 stud axle, which I've got, has a different gasket to the 5 stud. I think the 5 stud's like a circle gasket, whereas this is kind of hexagonal sort of shape. Is it hexagonal? No, octagonal, sorry. Okay, so they're 10mm bolts on the rear diff. Oh, and I can just loosen them off nicely actually. With these bottom bolts here, you can just get a spanner, 10mm spanner in there. If you can't get the socket in, that one's very tight. I'll have to come back to that one. That's loose. loose. There we go, I've just locked 2 spanners together to give me a little bit more leverage. Got to remove this brake pipe from the rear diff cover. Hopefully there should be enough play there to get this cover out. Catch tray, just put that underneath. I'm going to go get a little pot to put all the bolts in because I don't want to lose any of them. So here's a better close-up of what I'm doing. I'm just taking all the bolts out, starting with the bottom ones, working my way round, and then I can put that tray underneath it, and then all the oil should fall out of the back into this tray. As you can see, it started to pour out the bottom quite nicely. I've only got the 2 top bolts and the side one in there, and it's flowing out quite nicely. State of this stuff coming out here. This would be so much easier if it was on a ramp, or if you had a pit in your garage or something. That would be the dream, wouldn't it? Again, this is probably something that's never been changed in the 22 years that the vehicle's been on the road. Now with the brake pipe in the way, I think the best way will probably be just to carefully pull it towards you. And just try and manoeuvre it out of the way, like so. I mean, I can't say I'm a diff expert, but here's the old gasket. That can come off because we're going to be putting a new one on. I've just got a load of dirt on here, that's no good. I'm going to have to clean that off. Just going to scrape these bits away. It's good because the van's on a slope, so all the oil is draining out the back. Right, it's stopped dripping oil now, so I can move that out of the way. Thoroughly clean this face off. I'm just using a little bit of my carb cleaner, but you could use brake cleaner, whatever you like really. You can see it's absolutely black. I think it's supposed to be that silver colour there. Now the same with the outside of this. I'm actually going to get a wire brush and scrub off some of this underseal. And make sure this flange face is nice and clean, ready for the new gasket. What I'm going to do, I've got some Hylamar here. I'm just going to put a thin smear of Hylamar on both sides of the gasket, and that way if there's any rusting, any scratches or score marks here, it's not going to leak. And this helps to position it as well, it sticks it in place while you line everything up. Put it on both sides of the gasket. Obviously you don't want this stuff squeezing out and going in the diff either, so generous but not too generous. Around all the holes. Simply a case of bolting this back on. I need to find out the torque specifications, so I'm going to get it back on there and then we can nip it up in a little while. Now I'm going to try and wiggle this in. Without damaging the gasket, obviously. so. And there isn't a particular sequence as far as I'm aware, so I can just gradually and I did clean these bolts up, by the way. Obviously before I put them back in I soaked them in solvent. I have to guess 38 Newton meters for these bottom ones. I'm going to go around and check the other ones. So according to the Haynes Bible, it's got a G-type rear axle. It takes 1.7 litres. I've got 2 litres of the gear oil and it's SAE 90, so I've got EP80, W90, GL5 mineral oil recommended for certain applications where an 80W90 or 85W90 oil was specified, so this should be fine. So because I'm filling it up on a slope here, I'm going to measure out the exact amount of oil and just put that in rather than trying to get it level, and then I can check it later on. So they're quite good bottles really that this oil comes in, because it's got this nice little spout that you can just squeeze it in. I've got a nice clean jug here. I'm just going to take out 300 mils. Simply a case of taking the plug out now, which we loosened off earlier, and squeezing in our clean Diff oil. And obviously you want to check, make sure that your seal isn't leaking, but it should be fine. If you didn't have one of these fancy bottles, then you could use a bottle like I did last time, or someone recommended using a syringe for this sort of thing, which I thought was a really good idea. Okay, so I've squirted my 1.7 litres of oil in there. Now I've just got to make sure my plug's clean, which it is, and screw the plug up. I don't know if there's a special key for undoing this, but 3/8 drive square bit seems to do alright. It doesn't fit in there perfectly, but it does the job. Nip that up. Lovely stuff. And that's it, job done. So if you're anything like me, I do love a before and after. So on the left we've got the clean stuff, and this is the stuff I took out. What a difference. Please make sure you dispose of your old oil at your local recycling centre. It's obviously not good for the environment, so make sure it's disposed of properly. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone that's already subscribed, it really means a lot. And hopefully see you next time. Thanks for watching.